Right now, a man is dead and the suspect is on the loose after a shooting this afternoon. We're live at the scene with the latest details in the case.
Also, the DNR is seeing a spike in youth hunting injuries, why one gun safety expert believes new hunting laws are partially to blame.
And later, Republicans Devin LeMahieu and Robin Vos looking ahead to the next legislative session, what they have in mind for the state's budget surplus. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6. We begin with Madison police searching for a suspect after that person shot and killed a man near downtown Madison.
Officers were called to Lakeside Street just off John Nolan Drive right after 1 o'clock this afternoon, getting some reports from several witnesses hearing gunshots. Right now, police don't know how many shots were fired, but they believe the two people fighting knew each other. They say that incident began with an argument in a vehicle that turned violent when both got out. That's when the suspect pulled out a gun. Police say they are currently talking to witnesses in that area to gather any information or any surveillance video.
Heard something, you saw something, let us know. If you live on the street, you have a public safety camera, a ring camera, or whatever it may be, please let us know because we need that information.
Now, we don't have a description of the suspect yet, only one of the victim. The chief says the victim was black and in his 30s. Each year, the DNR keeps track of hunting injuries all across the state, and this year, we've seen more injuries among children than in the past couple years.
An 11-year-old boy was killed this weekend, and 2 other teenagers were injured. Our Andrew Banstra spoke with a hunting safety expert to find out what may have caused this increase. Andrew?
Across the board, hunting injuries have declined pretty dramatically in Wisconsin since 1966. That's when the state stepped in and put some hunting safety guidelines into place, including mandating hunting safety courses. In 2022's opening weekend, though, the number of youth injuries climbed, a trend gun safety expert Jeff Weishoff believes is a direct result of altering some of those hunting laws in Wisconsin. 3 teens were injured in hunting accidents in Wisconsin's 2022 deer season opening weekend.
It's frustrating for me because I've been doing this for 16 years now.
This year, the DNR put their resources towards hunters who've had their licenses for more than 20 years.
The majority of folks that wwere involved in hunting-related incidents really were in that age bracket of approximately 20 years. Has lapsed since they've taken hunter education.
But so far this season, it's been kids who have seen the largest amount of injuries, even a death. Jeff Weishoff, a hunting safety instructor, attributes the spike to many factors, but largely because of a switch to virtual hunting safety lessons during the pandemic.
As instructors, if we can't see them do that, right, and we can't hammer on them over and over and over and over again, keep your finger off the trigger, point the gun in a safe direction, right? Unload it safely.
For the past year, kids have been back in the classroom, at least for 1 day. But adults can still get their license virtually. Advocates liken it to getting a driver's license without ever stepping foot in a car. Weishoff is also concerned about a 2017 Wisconsin law that eliminated age restrictions on hunting.
To have, when they open it up to any age, you can't, the kids that are 5 and 6 can't do that.
One of this weekend's incidents was the first youth hunting fatality in Wisconsin since 2018.
A 41-year-old male shooter attempted to unload his firearm while he was placing the firearm in the back seat of a vehicle when the firearm discharged, striking the victim.
Weishoff says this, too, could have been avoided. Wisconsin used to outlaw uncased guns in cars, but have since changed course, following suit with other states.
We're Wisconsin. We're not, right? It's good to be the more intelligent state, in my opinion.
Now, we still have the rest of this weekend and that next week in this year's season. We'll keep you updated on how the hunt goes during that time. Eric?
Andrew, thank you. And opening weekend numbers are showing hunters were more successful compared to 2021. About 16,000 more deer were taken during the opening weekend. That's a 15% increase from last year. A large number were bucks. The bucks numbers up 14% over last year, above the 5-year average as well. And as for hunter turnout, statewide figures were down, but some zones saw big increases. One example, the Central Forest Zone up 37% from last year. Well, let's check your certified most accurate forecast now. Here's Julian Seawright. Julian?
Well, we're looking at another chilly night for us, but it's not going to be nearly as cold as it has been over the last couple of days. Now, as we gear up for what we're going to be expecting for the rest of tonight, here is a quick look. Now, starting things off for right now, currently it's 33 degrees for us. Plenty of clear skies, but as we get into the later part of this evening, heading into tonight, We'll see those lower 30s really holding firm until we get into the later part of tonight, where we're going to start to see those temperatures really drop. Right now, 39 degrees in Janesville, 37 in Platteville, holding on to some upper 30s for a few areas, but we will see those 20s right back into our forecast for us for tonight as well. Going to be below freezing. We're looking at 27 in Janesville with 28 in Platteville, and we are still going to be inching closer to those pleasant conditions over the next couple of days. We'll take a look at how our Thanksgiving is going to be panning out for us in just a few moments. Until then, back to you guys.
All right, Julian, thank you. A 75-year-old woman was hospitalized yesterday after a driver hit her with a vehicle on Madison's east side. Madison police say the woman was walking in a crosswalk at the intersection of Milwaukee Street and Worth Court shortly before 2:45 when the driver hit her. The woman suffered non-life-threatening injuries and was taken to a local hospital for treatment. Meanwhile, the driver, a 39-year-old Madison woman, was arrested on tentative charges of operating after suspension resulting in great bodily harm and bail jumping. New details about a Madison police officer now charged with disorderly conduct.
We reported last week that Officer Keith Brown was arrested. He's now charged for a physical altercation with a woman. Investigative reporter Naomi Coles has been leading this coverage and joins us now with the latest. Naomi.
We named Keith Brown as an officer last week using public records and sources because the Madison Police Department would not. The charging document filed yesterday in Dane County Court also identifies him as an officer. According to those records, a woman called police saying Brown grabbed her wrist during a fight, then pinned her against a wall in the bar where they were eating. Deputies said she was scared to call police because the suspect was a cop and she had injuries on her hands. She also told police this type of thing has happened before when Brown grabbed her head or neck while drinking. He's charged with disorderly conduct, a misdemeanor. This is the same officer that the DOJ said accidentally fired a gun on State Street last year, hurting another officer. Brown was not charged in that shooting. Police officers arrested this month. There have been 3 of them. We previously named Carrie House, who was charged with battery and domestic abuse. Another who we haven't named was arrested for his first OWI violation in Columbia County. More details on all of these cases online at channel3000.com.
Naomi, thank you. Madison police are investigating a reported armed robbery. This happened at Rocky's Liquors last night. Officers called to that store. It's in the 4200 block of the West Beltline Highway frontage road just before 9 p.m. A clerk told them a masked man pointed a gun at her before stealing money from the register. Police did not have any other information about the incident. No arrests have been made. Anyone who may have seen something in the area at that time is asked to call Madison area Crime Stoppers.
Rock County officials say they are seeing a concerning trend, a growing number of overdose deaths. Rock County reported its most drug-related deaths last year, with 1 in 4 involving a mix of fentanyl and cocaine. In the first 5 months of this year, that rate nearly doubled to 48%. Wisconsin health officials found synthetic opioids like fentanyl were linked to 91% of opioid overdose deaths in the state and 73% of all overdose deaths. While officials do not condone drug use, they suggest taking precautions. You can find a link to more resources in the story on channel3000.com.
After a new report yesterday revealed a record-breaking budget surplus in Wisconsin, Republican leaders are now debating how to spend that money. Governor Evers had campaigned on sending that money back to municipalities in the form of shared revenue, but Assembly Speaker Robin Vos does not want to write such a big blank check.
Revenue without reform isn't going to happen. Every other entity just increase spending, which that's why I am so reluctant to say let's just give them 1% more, because they've been awful in how they manage the money in the past, but they're going to change. It's going to be totally different now.
Now, Vos says cities should stop spending money on things like diversity, equity, and inclusion, and also called out counties for using their 0.5% sales tax on things other than reducing local property taxes. The legislature will write the state's budget next year for Governor Evers to either sign or partially veto.
Coming up, the Dane County Regional Airport gets ready to kick off what is anticipated to be a busy holiday travel season.
Plus, as you get ready to gather with your family, some ways to reduce your risk of getting sick over the holidays.
It's sauna season at Bachman Pools and Spas.
At Bachman Pools and Spas, we carry the exclusive Finleo sauna in both infrared and traditional styles.
6 saunas on display and dozens ready for delivery.
Saunas are the ideal way to relieve stress, soothe body aches, and feel invigorated.
Black Friday specials at Bachman's going on now.
For a limited time, pay by credit card to take an additional 10% off. Who does that?
Or get 0% financing for 60 months with approved credit.
Relax, it's Bachman's.
Wisconsin, one of those places where families spend their winters among our frozen lakes and snow-covered hills. With all the fun we're having, it's easy to take for granted how we warm up, by the fire or simply adjusting our thermostat. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? It might be simple to imagine for 60 seconds, but for many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. Freezing temperatures aren't just uncomfortable for them, they can be deadly. Make a real difference by providing a hand up for a neighbor in need. No matter the amount, every dollar helps. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safe in your home. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
Oh, love that Chevy Blazer. That's our next SUV. Love that Equinox. That's our next SUV.
Nice Trailblazer.
It was love at first sight. What?
The Chevy family of SUVs. Find new options. Find new roads.
Well-qualified buyers can get 2.99% financing or $1,000 cash allowance on all 2022 Equinox models. Plus, unlock your code to claim an additional $500 Chevy Cyber Cash. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
And welcome back. It is a time to be with family and friends and to celebrate your blessings. But with severe respiratory illnesses spreading in some parts of the country, you may also need to protect yourself and your loved ones this Thanksgiving. Health experts say to stay up to date on your vaccines, testing for COVID before you gather also can help protect those who are vulnerable to getting severely sick, particularly those who are immunocompromised, young children, and seniors. Mitigation measures like masking and hand washing, they say, can still help as well.
If you are in an area that you can have, good ventilation, open the windows, things like that, that's always beneficial.
And if you're feeling sick after your holiday gathering, doctors suggest alerting those who gathered with you so they can be aware.
Just ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday, Dane County Regional Airport is ready to kick off what is anticipated to be a busy holiday travel season. That is according to County Executive Joe Parisi. He spoke about the state of the airport post-pandemic in a morning news conference, saying that International Lane is now fully opened following an improvement project.
So we're just reminding people that we're here. Things are busy, busier than ever in some instances. And so come on back. It's time to fly local.
Parisi also said there is the return of the usual hourly parking within the parking garage. When we come back, the Better Business Bureau gives some tips for those looking ahead to Black Friday.
Plus, a Sun Prairie man receives a life-changing gift as a thank you for his hard work in the community.
And could we see some rain on Thanksgiving? Julian's back with your complete forecast after this break.
Dupixent helps you do more with less asthma and can help you breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that's not for sudden breathing problems. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Ask your specialist about Dupixent.
Steinhoffel's biggest Black Friday sale is here. Save 35 to 70% off the entire store. Then get a $200 or $300 MasterCard rewards card. Plus, take advantage of amazing bonus buys like a counter height dining set $249. This comfy sofa only $299. A Beauty Rest Queen mattress $499. And when you use Steinhoffel's 72-month financing, you can buy even more. So shop Steinhoffel's Black Friday sale going on now at Steinhoffel's and Steinhoffels.com.
The original immersive Van Gogh exhibit is opening November 24th at Lighthouse Art Space, Madison. Get lost in the sights and sounds of this completely spectacular, vivid, and breathtaking immersive art experience that ABC calls absolutely stunning. The New York Times raves that the original immersive Van Gogh exhibit is a must-see, lavish artistic festival. Tickets available now at vangoghmadison.com.
Everyone has something they can't afford to lose. And these days, nobody's looking to spend extra money.
But the knowledge and experience of an independent insurance agent can help show how to affordably protect the things that are most important. And if those things are covered by a West Bend home and highway policy, you might someday discover for yourself how the worst brings out our best. West Bend, a silver lining for the important things.
It's time to get more at the Rust Arrow Black Friday sales event. It's our largest selection of the year, and more selection means more savings. Save with 0% APR financing. Save with no payments until after the holidays, and save with more for your trade. Get more and save on a vehicle you actually want. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Honda, Toyota, Mitsubishi, Kia, Mazda, Nissan, and hundreds of used vehicles. You get more at the Rust Arrow Black Friday sales event. See our largest selection of the year. Visit us at rustarrow.com.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. A Sun Prairie man is being rewarded for his work in the community. The Sunshine Place depends on Simi Bryant, also known as Bud, for a variety of services, from snow removal to overall building maintenance. Bud is someone the Sunshine Place can always depend on.
And that's why a special event for Bud was held, presenting him with a car that would help change his life. News 3 Now's Jim Rader was there for the presentation.
Yeah, actually, can I have everybody join in? Terrific. Yes.
Thank you. And I really appreciate everybody that has something to do with me getting this car. To me, it wasn't true. I couldn't believe having something this nice.
I'm so happy for Bud. He's so deserving of this vehicle. He's such a great guy to have around, and he's so incredibly helpful.
They got a new car smell, feels good, everything.
One of the programs within the National Auto Body Council is recycled rides. Typically, an insurance company or a rental car company will donate a vehicle, partner with a body shop who will repair the vehicle pro bono, and then we donate it to a recipient, a person that is in need of reliable transportation.
Looking good, Bud. Nice. It was really a good timing. It was a fortunate timing that I could nominate Bud for this program.
Gas can be a little expensive, so we got you a couple gas cards. Yeah.
I feel like they really done me some justice. You know, they make me feel like they've been knowing me all my life, since I've been working here, you know. To me, it wasn't true. I couldn't believe having something this nice, you know. I was looking for something maybe a little older, you know, but I was really shocked today, really.
Again, we want to thank Jim Rader for shooting and putting that together. Since its inception in 2007, the Recycled Rides program has donated nearly 3,000 vehicles valued at some $42 million.
Well, check this out. Mounds of ice balls accumulated along the shoreline of Lake Superior in Ashland. The National Weather Service predicted light snow and freezing drizzle in the area today. Ice balls are made when lake effect snow combines with the cold temperatures to form a layer of floating slush. The waves sculpt the slush into spheres, which then freeze when they wash onto the shore. Let's now check back in with Julian for a complete look at your forecast.
Well, we're still going to be seeing smooth sailing for the next few days for us, especially as we get closer to Thanksgiving in itself. We have a stationary frontal boundary into the upper Midwest, which is going to be keeping things rather stable for us, especially as we transition into Wednesday, where we're going to be looking at a bit more pleasant conditions, and on top of it, plenty of sunshine. For tonight, though, it won't be as cold as the last couple of nights, but still going to be below freezing. We're looking at temperatures to bottom out around 24 degrees for us. Mostly clear skies for us, but as we head into the rest of southern Wisconsin, areas just to the south like Platteville and Janesville will be into the upper 20s, but many of us are going to be in the middle to upper 20s throughout the course of the nights. But as we transition into tomorrow, well, plenty of sunshine and temperatures in the middle 40s. A couple areas could even see 50 degrees by the time we get into our afternoon. Now let's walk through what we're going to be experiencing throughout the course of the nights. Temperatures will fall into the upper 20s by the time we get into around midnight. So for the rest of our evening, we're going to hold steady into lower 30s here in Madison. Madison. Transitioning into Wednesday morning as we're heading out the door, some cloud cover will stick around for us. And then as we get to lunchtime hour, we will start to see temperatures warming already into the 40s for us. Sunshine's going to start to clear out some of those clouds for us. And as we get into our afternoon, we are looking for temperatures to be into those middle 40s and for some areas, again, into the 50s. Transitioning into our Wednesday evening and nights, we're looking at cloud cover to build once again. But Thursday morning, we could start to see some developments of some showers just outside of Platteville, but it's not looking to be very widespread. It will continue to move throughout our Thursday morning. By the time we get to our Thursday lunchtime hour, we are looking for a couple of scattered showers just outside of Dane County, mainly to the east. And then for the next few hours into our early afternoon, could see some of those showers sticking around, but that clears up once we get into the rest of our Thursday night. Any kind of rain showers that will develop are looking to be trace amounts or less than 1/10 of an inch. Not looking for much to really be impacting our Thanksgiving Day. And of course, those who are still traveling, not looking for that to really impact our travel either. But here's a look at our Thanksgiving holiday as a whole. 46 degrees on Thursday. Afternoon showers are really going to be the biggest takeaway for us. But outside of it for Black Friday, we're looking at temperatures back into the lower 40s once again. Plenty of sunshine will stick around for us as well as we gear up for the end of our work week. Here's our 3 things we'll need to know. We're looking at dry conditions to stay stable for us over the next couple of days. And the temperatures themselves are going to stay near or above seasonable throughout the course of this week, especially heading into this weekend. Now, for our shower chances, the potential is mainly for Thanksgiving afternoon, but we could also see some potentials heading into our Saturday as well, but it's mainly going to be our Saturday nights, but we could start to see some mixing that will come in as we have a little bit of a cold front rolling its way in from Saturday nights, transitioning into our Sunday. But outside of that, once we get into the rest of the next week, well, we are looking for temperatures to be pretty stable into the upper 30s for Monday, and then the 40s will stick around as well. One more cold front will start to roll in for our Wednesday, which could be bringing in some snow showers, some rain showers as well. And then we are looking to welcome December into the 30s with colder conditions on the way for us as we get into our Thursday and for our Friday. That's going to do it for weather.
Julian, thank you. Right now, millions are looking for Black Friday bargains, and that can lead to some getting scammed or feeling ripped off. The Better Business Bureau says there are things shoppers can do to avoid it. Read the fine print on ads and offers. Companies boasting high percentages off may, of course, be inflating the original price. Also know the retailer's return policy. Some stores will not accept a return without a receipt. The BBB says gift receipts are an easy way for recipients to return or exchange a gift if it's not just right. According to the National Retail Federation, more than 166 million consumers are expected to shop this coming weekend, breaking 2019's record of 165 million shoppers.
And coming up in sports, the Badgers are going to be missing a key part of their defense for the early part of Saturday's game. We got more details next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Right now, score the lowest prices of the year at Brothers Maine. You won't find lower prices anywhere. And enjoy our free delivery. Shop family-owned Brothers Maine's low price guarantee on brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. Feel like family. Brothers Maine.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Whether you're looking for all the advanced features or something with a lower upfront cost, with Rheem heating equipment, you can stay comfortable even in the most uncomfortable situations.
Oh, come on. Yes, let's go.
Feel the Wohlers difference. Call Wohlers Heating and Air Conditioning today, serving Dane County for over 45 years.
These are the faces that smile so wide at the friends and staff who are by their side, where life is lived with a feeling of pride on every bump of life's great ride that comes from the care that sweetens the air that lives in the house that angels built. Attic Angel Community, independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living built with the help of angels.
At Honda, we know you have to drive through the mud if you want to reach the rainbow. Brave the desert before you find the oasis. Conquer the mountain to see how far your dreams can take you. The all-new CR-V and CR-V Hybrid, part of the Honda line of rugged vehicles.
Buck and Honey's. Visit any of our 3 Best of Madison locations in Monona, Sun Prairie, or Wanakee. And for a limited time, buy $100 in Buck and Honey's gift cards and receive a $20 bonus over the holidays. Make it Buck and Honey's, Monona, Sun Prairie, and Wanakee.
Kick off your Thanksgiving day with a pre-feast workout for a great cause. Tomorrow, Josh is live in the 608 with all the details for the original Madison Turkey Trot.
Plus, we're keeping an eye on when and where you can see travel delays. Join us tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
Well, it's official. The Badgers will be without Nick Herbig for the first half of Saturday's game with Minnesota. Over the weekend, Herbig was called for targeting during the 3rd quarter of the Nebraska game where he was ejected. The team tried to appeal the call, but it was denied. And no doubt, his presence will be missed in those first 2 quarters of the Axe game. Herbig currently leads the team in tackles for loss with 15 and sacks with 11. Big news coming out of Whitewater today. Warhawks head coach Kevin Bullis is retiring. Bullis spent 15 years with the program and 8 as head coach, one of those being the COVID year. So over a 7-season stretch, Bullis led the team to a 78-13 record that included 6 trips to the D3 playoffs, 5 conference championships, and a runner-up for the title in 2019. The team's defensive coordinator, Jace Rindahl, has been named the interim head coach. The Packers still have a couple more weeks until their official bye, but right now the team's getting a mini break because of their Thursday night football game, and it's a much-needed break for this team, giving them time to rest, heal, and regroup before another primetime matchup with the 9-1 Eagles. Aaron Rodgers hopped on the Pat McAfee Show this afternoon for his weekly segment and shared his thought process about heading into this game.
Anybody can beat anybody any week, and there's always upsets that the experts are picking other teams and end up not winning. So, I don't think we go in thinking we got no chance. I think we go in with confidence and the urgency necessary for a team that's in our position that knows we got to string some wins together to get back in this thing.
Badger men's basketball team left for the Bahamas yesterday, had practice in Paradise today, and tomorrow they'll tip off in the Battle for Atlantis tournament, and what a loaded field it is. The Badgers open up against a 3-1 Dayton squad that recently fell out of the top 25. Then they'll either face the reigning NCAA champs Kansas or NC State. Either way, Greg Gard knows it's going to be a nice early measuring stick for his team.
First and foremost, we have a game against Dayton that's going to be it's the best team by far that we've played all year, so to date. So we'll have our hands full with that on Wednesday. So it's going to be an opportunity for us to show if we can get better, because we're gonna have to in a big way.
We want the challenge. It's going to push us, for the season later down, in the stretch once it becomes, closer to that March and end of the, Big Ten.
Well, aside from basketball, it's probably going to be really nice to have that warm weather and be down in the Bahamas for Thanksgiving.
Don't be too distracted. Focus. Let's go to Julian, final check of our forecast.
Well, things won't be nothing like Bahamas, but at least it's still manageable for us. Temperatures will be in the 40s throughout the course of this week and much of next week as well, until we welcome in December, where we're going to fall into the 30s. Now, some of the takeaways from the 10-day forecast, we are looking for some potential showers for our Thanksgiving afternoon and could see some snow or rain mixing for our Saturday nights. Outside of that, it's smooth sailing and weather to really enjoy for the holiday season.
Well, it's really good for travel tomorrow, especially. Julian, thank you. And thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a great evening, everyone, and we'll see you back here at 10.